Kind guests, please stand as we welcome the class of 2022.
Good morning. Please remain silent and present for the presentation of the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please welcome, singing the national anthem, Miss Lori Kruleman.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Congratulations, class of 2022.
All right, guests and students, you may be seated. As senior class president, it is an honor to introduce our platform guests and distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until all guests are recognized. Guests, please stand as you are being introduced. Ms. Kim White, Mr. Shane Smith, Mr. Andreas Cantillo, Ms. Candace Gatewood, Mr. Arturo Ugadowski, Mr. Martin Conway, Ms. Margaret Nampon, Ms. Kelly Milligan, Ms. Dana Sain, Ms. Jessica Ranstein. Please welcome to the stage our class 2022 salutatorian, Haley Sullivan.
Good morning, students, parents, faculty, and friends. I welcome you all to CCA's graduation for the class of 2022. This is a momentous occasion that calls for proper recognition of the hardworking students and all those who have supported us throughout the years. I would like to thank the staff and faculty here, namely Ms. White, for allowing me to speak and welcome you all to this ceremony. We have all been waiting for this event from the moment we started school. I'm sure many of us feel as though this has taken far too long to arrive. However, there's a part of us that feels it's all happening too fast. It feels like it was only yesterday that we were laughing together at the lunch tables our freshman year without even a thought of how our graduation would play out. And I'm sure none of us expected our high school years would happen the way that they did. Halfway through our sophomore year, the world was put on lockdown and our lives were put on hold. COVID was a misfortune that put a damper on some of the best years of our lives. Learning virtually was something that we had to adapt to, and it's one of the many adversities that we faced throughout our high school careers. The entire class of 2022 had to deal with virtual school on top of whatever hardships that their family was facing. It's no secret that this took a toll on our mental state, not just the students and parents, but teachers as well, as there was a difficulty to keep passion for learning and teaching alive. There were some truly awful struggles, and I'm thankful that the world is in a better place where we can have a proper formal graduation. So I ask all of you, what comes next? We've worked tirelessly for years and years to reach this moment that's now only a few short seconds away. Will you continue to push further into education, studying subjects that you've discovered a true passion for? Will you work towards a job that you've dreamed of? Will you try making the world a better place? Will you use your skills and talents to make those around you joyous? Or will you finally have the freedom to explore and learn what makes you truly happy? I trust that no matter what path you choose or create, we will all keep our own happiness and well-being in mind and pursue whatever we want in life. Once again, thank you to all those who have loved and supported each and every one of us throughout the years. From teachers to parents, family, and friends, it means a lot that you're here to celebrate us, the students, on this momentous day. Thank you.
Thank you for that address, Haley. Again, welcome everyone to this most momentous day, as Haley said. Overwhelmingly, this group before us is a quite talented group, this group that you've shared with our learning community. I want to share with you some of their facts, their bare facts, and then I'll share with you some of the soft data about this amazing group of learners. Of the group, we have one senior who's received a scholarship totaling $5,000 for his athletic ability. We have 5 seniors in this group who received academic scholarships totaling more than $256,000. We have several seniors in this group who've earned college credit already through our dual enrollment program. They've earned 8 credit hours total. And even in this group, we have 10 seniors who are the first-time attendees at a college or university in their family. Can we give them a round of applause? Overwhelmingly, everyone in this room has to be captured by this concept of time today. Whether you are the families who've shared these achievers with us, and it feels like just yesterday you left them with their kindergarten teacher, but today they sit before us beautifully adorned in caps and gowns. Or if you're an achiever sitting before me, you may be thinking, wow, these are some best times of my life. What's ahead for me? The world is mine. And indeed it is. If you're a member of the teaching community who provided instruction to this amazing group of achievers, you may be thinking, once again, we send a group of achievers out into the world. So time is a fascinating concept for all of us. But even though we have served in the capacity of teaching lessons to these achievers, I want you seniors to know you have taught us lessons as well. You have taught the adults in the building lessons in resiliency. As she said, as Haley mentioned, you survived virtual instruction. You completed high school on the heels of a national and international pandemic. So you've taught us lessons in resiliency. You've taught us lessons in grace. Grace through challenge. What a challenging year it's been. You've completed your high school career in a different building than where it began. You completed your high school career with a different principal than you had at the beginning of the year. But yet, here you are, graciously completing your course of study. And finally, you've taught us lessons in persistence. Whether it's asking the same question again and again until Ms. White said yes, or whether it's just hanging in there, doing the work every day, showing up for school, no matter what else was going on, you persisted. And here you are, achieving one of the major milestones in your life. And for that, I say, congratulations. So let me leave you with a short list of lessons from the book, Everything You Need to Know You Learned in Kindergarten. All right, number 1, share everything. Number 2, play fair. Number 3, don't hit people. Seriously, don't hit people. Number 4, put things back where you found them. Number 5, clean up your own mess. Amen from the parents. Number 6, don't take things that aren't yours. Number 7, say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. Number 8, wash your hands before you eat. Number 9, flush. Okay. Number 10, warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Number 11, live a balanced life. Learn some and drink some and draw some and paint some and sing and dance and play and work every day, some. Number 12, take a nap every afternoon. Number 13, when you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. Number 14, be aware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup. The roots go down and the plant goes up, and nobody really knows how or why, but we are all like that. Number 15, goldfish and hamster and white mice and even little seed in the styrofoam cup. They all die, so do we. Number 16, and then remember the Dick and Jane books and the first word you learn, the biggest word of all, look. Congratulations. We welcome at this point to the dais our valedictorian, Mr. Isaac Andrave.
Good morning, everybody. All right. Yes, sir. All right, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today, and I'm very glad to see all of you here ready to celebrate our graduation. Before we begin, I'd like to thank some of you. I'd like to thank our parents, family, friends for being here today and for sticking with us throughout all these years. I'd also like to thank our teachers and staff, educators, for guiding us through our educational journey. Thank you so much for celebrating this milestone with us. Now, today might seem like a simple day, just watching all the children you watch grow up graduate. But to us, it was a lot more than that, and it took a lot for us to get to this place. So, I wanted to give everyone some quick insight as to what it is we had to go through in these past 4 years to get to where we are today. Now, for me, high school was as confusing as it could have been for any freshman. Lost trying to find where your first class is, and confused about figuring out which sports or clubs you should try out for. It can be a very scary time, especially when you're in a new school, as I was. Overall, however, it was a good time. I will cherish these years, and I learned a lot of new experiences that I will keep with me throughout the rest of my journey. Then came sophomore year, where halfway through the year, we were told we would be getting 2 weeks off over some random virus that no one told us was going to have us fighting over toilet paper all the way into our junior year. This junior year was the most humbling out of the 4 years. Mostly because we had to fully rely on technology in order to succeed. For the most part, yeah, it was difficult. And I have yet to meet anyone that says they can focus during an online meeting without being called out to the kitchen to do dishes every 15 minutes. And no one understands what real fear is until you hear someone say, "Hey, yo, you forgot to turn your mic off. We heard everything." But after participating in dozens of Zoom calls, which so many students were eager to watch with their eyes closed, we reached our final year and our graduation, ready to be fully functioning adults and making our own decisions, mostly worrying about now whether those decisions will affect us or not. The more we think about it, actually, the scarier the idea of moving on becomes. Even though we spent the last 2 years searching and finding our test answers on Google, Google won't tell us what's coming next. Or more importantly, Google won't tell us where our passions lie. I want to focus on the word passion right now because I believe that passions, specifically each and every single one of our individual passions, are going to be the one thing that uniquely defines each and every one of us, especially during a time where most of us are still trying to figure out who we are and what we want to do with our lives. Now, me personally, I love to run. It's a hobby of mine I've grown very fond over, and I'm very glad that I got to get more into it during quarantine. I love running so much because it forces me to look at my life from a different perspective. Throughout my life, I've encountered my fair share of trials, challenges, all of which eventually drove me to a bad state of mind. However, whenever I run, I have this beautiful realization as I remind myself that there are supposed to be moments in which I need to endure pain and suffering in order to achieve that next mile. Although I may not understand it as I usually run, enduring that pain and that exhaustion ultimately cultivates growth within me in order to keep pushing forward, pushing past those limits, and reaching that next mile as I improve my time on the next run. To me, running is more than just a physical activity. It is my entire outlook on life. Even if I'm not on trail running or on a track, I feel like I'm always running. Whether it is feeling overwhelmed with school assignments or a busy and overwhelming day at the store, it does not matter how fatigued or exhausted I feel, I will keep pushing towards that next mile. Now, if we as a class have learned anything from the pandemic, it's that we need to be ready for anything the world throws at us. If we look back at everything that happened during the lockdown, we were overworked, overstressed, extremely tired, and we weren't just worrying about our schoolwork, we were mostly worrying about our physical and emotional well-being. And it's because of that most of us started picking up new hobbies, learning new skills, more importantly, finding new passions. Whether you learned how to cook, started working out, or simply just spent more time with your family and friends, you all use your passions to fuel your resiliency and successfully made it through what some people are calling one of the most challenging periods in time to be a student. During lockdown, you might have heard some people say, hey, we're all going through the same storm together. And while it is true, we are all going through the same storm together, we're most certainly not on the same boat. Some of you may have been on yachts. Some of you may have been on canoes. However, none of that matters, because in the end, we all learn to ride the waves of our own challenges, and we're successful, and today is the testament of that. People usually don't like to commit to change. However, I personally believe that change is what fuels us to be resilient. Yes, quarantine was difficult. Yes, this next chapter is probably going to be an even bigger change. However, we can't let our fear decide our fate. So with this being said, I want to encourage the graduating class of 2022 to abandon their fear. I plan on taking the lessons I've learned throughout my journey and applying them to my own life. I hope that all of you do the same. And I hope all of you can understand that leaving your fear behind will open up many new opportunities for all of you. Once again, I'd like to thank our teachers and staff for guiding us throughout the years, and thank you once again to our friends and family for being here today. The roles you played in our lives were crucial to our success, and it's been a pleasure growing with each and every single one of you. Thank you, and good luck.
And now, a brief note from the class of 2022. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As seniors, we have worked diligently to make these past years ones we will remember. Certainly, the most important part of our year is now. It is our desire that this commencement ceremony reflect the honor, respectability, and dignity of this important day. In keeping with these goals, we ask that everyone in the audience please silence their cell phones or any other electronic devices, and please do your best to remain silent while we hear each graduate's name. Thank you.
Senior class, please stand for the presentation of the diplomas. Isaac Adravet. Dakayano Bailey. Nathan Boatwright. Giovanni Bocanegra. Ishmael Bradley. Nicole Cabrera. Nia Carter. Manuel de los Santos. Kennedy Crystalia Willow de Silvia. Rosalind Diaz. Leandria Feaster. Rayvon Forrest. Vegas got it.
I graduated!
Anaya Hariel. Brianna Holly. Rebecca Kirsch. Alejandro Lagos Vasquez. Elsa Maciel. Dominique Marte. Elijah McCall.
CCA Gay!
Allison Murray. Anthony Nightingale. Elijah Oglesby. Gracilimar Perez. Haley Sullivan. Elijah Elijah Taylor. Justin Vargas. Franklin Velasquez. Sine Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome me in applauding the graduates of the class of 2023.